Let me just, first of all, thank everyone for letting us kind of jump in on your party, all the teachers that are here today. Um, this is a good announcement. I want to thank Superintendent Chang. I want to thank the new president of the Boston Teachers Union, Jessica Tang. Um, I want to thank the chairman of the school committee, Mike O'Neill. And there's a whole bunch of other folks here, too, that I'll let Michael introduce some of the school committee members. I'll let Jessica introduce her team. I want to introduce City Councilor, a teacher, Anisha Sabi George. And to all the teachers, principals, and BPS staff that are here, I want to say thank you, and I want to welcome all the new teachers here today. So thank you, new teachers. Let's hear for the new teachers. You're certainly joining a very special team here at the Boston Public Schools. The Boston Public Schools is the best urban school district in the nation, and we're proud of that. And I tell you, that makes us the best school system, period. We have the best teachers. We have an incredible staff. We have incredible principals. We have an incredible superintendent. We just have a good feeling in our city as far as making education number one priority. And it starts either at the top or it starts at the bottom. And when I say at the bottom, I don't mean the bottom, but when you walk into a school, whether you're talking to a janitor, whether you're talking to a lunch monitor, whether you're talking to a teacher, whether you're talking to a para, whether you're talking to a principal, assistant principal, whoever it is, you can feel some energy in that school. When you talk to a parent, you can feel some energy in that school. So I want to just thank all of you here today, because we are about tearing down barriers, and we're about lifting up our kids, making sure that our kids have the best education in the country here in Boston. And I just want to say to all the teachers how grateful we all are of the work that you do. In my time as mayor in the last 3.5 years, there hasn't been a day that I've gone by and criticized a teacher. Even when I've been at odds, or we've been at odds with the union, and sometimes that happens. It's not about the teachers; it's about fighting for the district, and that's what's happening today. And I'm pleased to announce here some very positive news that the Boston Public School and the school committee and the Boston Teachers Union, your new president, have reached an agreement on a new contract for teachers. Now, I'm just going to do a few of the little things I have here, but I know that there's still a little bit of a way to go. There is obviously, your lawyers have to finish looking at the document. Then we have to get a vote by the membership. And then when you get the vote by the membership, we have to get a vote by the the school committee. So there's a little bit to go in this contract. But just some of the highlights that I have here. It includes a 2-year contract and includes fair wages for last year. So it's retro. So the new teachers, sorry, the old teachers, it's retro. I know they'd be happy. Perfect timing, I'm sure. Pay those summer bills. It also makes progress on a number of issues, and this contract is one of those contracts that I think it's important for people to understand that there's a lot of issues that over the last 1.5 years we've been negotiating. And what we did here with this contract is get to an agreement where we can move forward and then start the clock over again. And we'll be able to sit down with the new bargaining team, with the president and the new bargaining team. Some of the folks on our side have changed since this negotiation started, so we're going to have a new bargaining team, and we're going to be able to talk about those important issues as we move forward. It includes paid parental leave for 2nd and 3rd year teachers and paraprofessionals for the first time. It strengthens our commitment to special education classrooms. It puts more nurses in schools. Overall, it's good for our students, good for our teachers, and good for our district, and it continues to allow us to continue to be the best urban district in the country, and that's something that's important. It also says something on how we're going to succeed as a city. When you respect the people that you work with, you can always move forward together, and that's something that's important. It's true in labor negotiations, and that's something that is especially true in education. When the passion for this work runs deep, with mutual respect, progress is always possible. And I had, the past president, I had many good conversations with the past president of this union. As you know, my background's in labor. and we weren't able to quite get to an agreement. And one of the first things that Jessica said, President Tang said, is that I really want to get this contract behind us so we can move forward. And really, that's what we sat down and we talked about it, and we made sure that this happened. So what's happened in Boston for the new teachers over the last year and a half? We've worked together to get the longest school day. We get a longer school day in the city of Boston. One of the criticisms for us is that we had the shortest school day in the country. We no longer have the shortest school day in the country. That was a mutual respect between the teachers and the district to be able to come up with an agreement to be able to do that. We're able to double down on capital investments through our Build BPS plan in an unprecedented commitment to our capital learning environment in the city. We're working to invest $1 billion into our schools. That's going to build new schools around the city of Boston. That's just a start. We're going to be working together. We are speaking in one voice at the State House. I think that's very important to understand that we were at the State House last week, the union and the school department, talking about how do we advance our district forward. So those are some of the changes that we're seeing, we're going to see, that we have to do. There's still going to be issues before us, and there's still plenty of work we have to do. But today is a step forward in the strength of this relationship and the strength of our resolve. I want to thank everyone who's been working hard on this. I'm going to hear from 3 people. I just want to do a quick thank you to all of them. I want to thank Mike O'Neill, the school committee chair, who's been a chairman. I think might be his 3rd negotiation that he's been able to do. I want to thank Michael and the school committee for their continued support in our district. I want to thank, as I said earlier, President Jessica Tang for her great work, her leadership here. I also want to give a shout out to the board, the BTU board. Eric, I want to thank you, Eric, for your work. I want to thank all the board members for your great work as well. And last night at, I think it was 3 o'clock in the morning, my phone lit up, and I looked over because it was a text, and I said, "Who's this from?" And it was from Tommy Chang. And to be honest with you, when I see that text at 3 in the morning, I was concerned, why was Tommy Chang texting me at 3 in the morning? I thought something was wrong, and he said to me, "We got it done tonight." So thank you, Superintendent Tommy Chang, for that text. Now I want to turn the floor over to Mike O'Neill.
Thank you, Mayor Walsh. Delighted to be with you here today, along with Superintendent Chang and members of his senior team, and BTU President Tang, and members of your executive team as well as so many of our outstanding teachers and paraprofessionals who have been taking time this week to learn and grow together for the benefit of our students and families we collectively serve. So thank you for taking your time this week to do that. On behalf of my colleagues in the Boston School Committee, including our Vice Chair, Hardin Coleman, who was with us today as well, I'm encouraged by this tentative agreement with the Boston Teachers Union. As the mayor said, there's going to be some time. The lawyers are finalizing the agreement, and then it's going to be going to various parties, including the BTU membership. But I believe this is the most prudent agreement. It focuses on areas of common agreement while providing reasonable financial support in exchange for reasonable increased flexibility for the district in several key areas. We fully understand the concerns expressed by Boston Teachers Union members over the lack of a contract in place in the past year. And with the new school year again approaching, combined with the new leadership of the BTU, it made perfect sense to put this agreement in place on the areas we could agree on, while still committing to take a fresh approach, as the mayor said, to conversation around issues that will take more time. I applaud the work of Dr. Chang and his team, as well as the work of President Tang and the BTU negotiating team. I also thank Boston School Committee member Michael LeConte, who was our representative through most of the process. And I particularly thank the mayor and his team for their consistent input, advice, and support. All teams hung in there over the past months and months of discussions, and especially into the wee hours of this morning. Even after the lights went out in the Mass Department of Labor Relations at 10:30 at night, we got the lights flickering on us. We kept talking in the dark, and we stood there in rooms holding up our flashlights so we could talk. But we did that because we were all driven by a common understanding that we're all focused on the same thing: improving the educational opportunities for the 56,000 youth in our care, and increasing the desire of more of our fellow Boston residents to consider and to understand the great work going on in the Boston Public Schools day in and day out. Like many of you, I'm a graduate of the Boston Public Schools. And like you all, my blood boils when I hear people question the quality of Boston Public Schools. Most who say that haven't been in a public school in 30 plus years. And they do not know the great work going on in all of our schools across this city, one way or another. And like all of you, I'm extremely disheartened when I hear our national leaders denigrate public education. Well, today shows that collective bargaining works when we are all committed to a greater good, as we are here in Boston. And this, as the mayor said, this was about a respect on both sides, sitting together in an aura of respect and doing what was right. And we will collectively continue to show the nation that Boston doesn't sit back, Boston leads, and Boston excels. The Boston School Committee looks forward to taking action on this in our September meetings, as the BTU membership body will be considering and taking action at the same time as well. Thank you for your time and for the work you do day in and day out to provide outstanding educational opportunities in every classroom, every day, for all of our youth. And let's have a great opening week of school very soon, right? When I was in Boston Public Schools, I wasn't so excited by the opening of schools. I have to admit that. Day after Labor Day, saddest day of the year to me, continues to this day. But I am really pumped about what's going on in the Boston Public Schools now. The mayor said so many great things we're doing together with the city and with the BTU. We're going to continue to make the Boston Public Schools the best urban district in the country. We do that together, we do that collectively, and we're very proud of the work that is going on of this agreement and where we're going from here. And so with that, I now turn it over to your new president of the Boston Teachers Union, Ms. Jessica Tang.
So good afternoon. I am really so thrilled to be here today with Mayor Walsh, with Superintendent Chang, with members of the school committee, and members of our negotiating team who put in so many hours over the last 18 months to get this done. And of course, all of our members who are here at this inaugural BPS BTU Summer Learning Institute. And it's so great to make this announcement here because it is an affirmation of our commitment to collaborate for professional learning growth for our educators, and also our commitment to our schools and our students. And at the BTU, we are 10,000 members strong, and we include not just teachers, but also paraprofessionals, nurses, librarians, social workers, and related service providers. In the agreement we are announcing today prioritizes and improves upon key support and resources for our students, and will also help to attract and retain our highly qualified teachers. This agreement also underscores our shared values and our shared commitment to creating safe and healthy, welcoming schools for all of our students. We will be increasing the number of nurses in our schools to improve student health, adding paraprofessional positions to support our special needs students, and creating a new citywide coaching position to support much needed restorative practices in our schools. So those resources and practices will promote conflict resolution over punishment, will improve the learning environment, and will help our students make better choices that protect their future and that get us to the root of issues that impact their education. The agreement also gives applied behavior analysts, specialists, our ABAs, the opportunity to join the BTU family. ABAs are key supports for our autistic students and students with special needs, and so we are thrilled that we are able to reach a tentative agreement for them as well. Another highlight of this agreement is that it acknowledges how many of our professional educators are also parents. This is reflected in the improved family leave policies for early career teachers and paraprofessionals, and accommodating nursing mothers in schools, among other measures. What's significant also about this short-term contract is that the features of this contract can be implemented immediately for this school year. Our first priority is our students and their families, and we will continue to work with our city partners to focus on ensuring a great and smooth start to the new school year. It's fantastic to be working with an administration and city leadership that really shares our vision as educators of creating excellent educational opportunities for all of our students. So thank you again to everyone who helped to make this possible. Thank you to our members for the work you do every single day, including today at our Summer Learning Institute. And of course, to the students and families in Boston who partner with us every day as well. We really look forward to working with you all in a brand new school year, and we know that there's work to do, but we are ready to do it in collaboration with everyone here. So thank you again so much. And it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Chang, Superintendent of Boston Public Schools.
Thank you, President Tang. Mayor Walsh, thank you for being here today and always being supportive of the work that we are doing in Boston Public Schools. Thank you, Chairman O'Neill, for being here, and Vice Chairman Hardin Coleman. I also want to do a special thank you to the negotiation team of Boston Public Schools. I wanted to highlight a few people, Erica Gianpietro, Emily Kazabash, we have Zach Scott, Karen Daly, and Kristen Daly. And am I missing somebody? I'm missing. And Dave Murphy. Thank you so much for your efforts to make sure that this deal got done. This agreement represents a renewed focus on collaboration between the Boston Teachers Union and Boston Public Schools. It is agreement about our shared values of making sure our schools are safe, welcoming, and sustaining to all youth in Boston. This agreement sets the collaboration, sets the collaboration tone needed to address some complex issues that we have to deal with. But I am highly optimistic that we can move forward and solve these complex issues. This is a contract that is fair to teachers. Most importantly, is good for kids. Higher nursing levels. We're going to foster restorative justice. And we are going to make sure that every single student feels safe, feels welcomed, and feels sustained. I want to take just a special moment to all the teachers who over the last few weeks and the last few months have done your part, however small, however big, to make sure that our families, our students, our communities are safe and they feel affirmed and sustained. This is, I want to thank you, all of you, so please give yourselves a round of applause for that. And then I want to thank also all the teachers here for your own commitment to your own professional learning. A few years ago when I first started in BPS, I was really surprised to find that we don't work together to grow our own professional learning. And this week is evidence that the adults in this system care about their growth as much as they care about the growth of young people. So I want to thank all of you for being here this week, and thank Mayor Walsh again, thank President Tang, and thank our school committee for all their dedication and commitment to the youth of Boston. Thank you.
It'd be remiss of me for not to acknowledge also the members of our team. I mean, I really can't tell you how many hours our team has put into getting this done over the last 18 months. And so I apologize. I should point them out. Eric Berg, our vice president. Betsy Drynan, our secretary treasurer, is also here. And Karen Crew, our field rep, one of our field reps. Michael McLaughlin. Paul Tritter, and our rank and file teachers who show up to hours of negotiations as well. Melanie Allen is here from our team, from the Hernandez. And there's a number of other staff too. Jonathan Rodriguez, one of our organizers, Shanika Farazraj, Cassandra Samuels, also on our negotiating team, Colleen Hart, Michael McLaughlin, I think I mentioned. Is there anyone else I'm missing? Brenda Cheney on our executive board. There's several executive board members here as well. And I needed to take the moment to point them out because we at the BTU are a team and everything we do is a team effort. And of course, our members are part of our team as well. And so if I could name every single one of you, I would as well. But I did want to give a special thanks to our negotiating team staff and officers. Garrett also is executive board member who's here. So thank you all very much. And I'm so sorry if I missed anybody, but thank you.
Go over there. I want to just again thank everyone. Thank you to all the teachers. Thank you to all the principals that are here, all the paras that are here. If there's any paras here, thank you. And we're gonna do questions over on this side. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy. Thank you, Counselor Sabi George, for being with us. I want to thank Rob Consavo, the chief of staff at the school department, and I want to thank my new chief of staff, Dave Sweeney, as well, for all his great work. Thank you very much.